and welcome to another teacher talk session tonight. And tonight we are having our 201st session, and for this session we have a very special guest. She is a freelance ELT consultant and trainer, Beril Ayman Yücel. When she comes, we are going to start our live session with her. We are having some kind of technical problems, I don't know, but it's not about us, it's about the Instagram, I think. Sorry for this, but we will find a way to fix it. Waiting for her to join. Yes, I'm still waiting for Beril Hocam. I don't know what's the problem. Invited her to join. By the way, can you hear me clearly? I'm talking, but if you write something here, okay. All right. Okay, Beril Hocam, let me invite you. I have invited you, but yes, we did. Now?
Hello.
Hi. Again, same?
Again, the same. Welcome, Madam. Unfortunately, I can't see you, but I don't know whether it's a problem or not.
For me, it's not about. I can see you and hear you clearly.
Okay.
But maybe do you have a laptop next to you, or maybe if you can open it over there, same time you can see it. Maybe we have a problem with the mobile phone.
Well, it is not a big problem, I think. I mean, we can continue like this if it is okay with you.
For me, not a problem,
All
but I
right.
think we all can see you and hear you
All
clearly.
right. Okay, that's great then. Let's start, because otherwise we will keep everybody waiting.
Okay then, hocam. Okay.
Technology.
So
All right.
let's see. And before starting, then I would like to say thank you very much for accepting my invitation for Teacher Talks and being our guest for 201st session, hocam. It's a great honor to have you.
Oh, thank you very much. The pleasure is mine, actually. I would like to thank you for the invitation. I felt very honored and pleased to be here. And Volkan Hocam, actually, I would like to take this opportunity to thank you and congratulate you for organizing these sessions in Teacher Talk series. You have been doing this for a long time, and I believe that you are really creating a big impact and contributing to the field of ELT. Thank you very much for this wonderful, opportunity.
Okay. Thank you very much, hocam. It's really that this words makes me really happy and honored by you. Thank you very much. Thank you, hocam.
Thank you.
Okay. I know that you are very busy, so if you're ready, can we start?
Yes.
Okay.
Let's start.
I know about you, Beril hocam, but maybe our guest would like to know about you. So can you tell us about yourself, please, and a bit about your experiences?
Okay, Sure. I am based in Ankara, and I have been involved in ELT for a long time, since 1991, actually. After graduating from Middle East Technical University, Department of Foreign Languages Education, I started working as an instructor at Bilkent University. And, I worked there as an instructor and textbook writer. I did my COTE then. COTE is today's CELTA. Let me explain it like that. During that time, I also started doing my MSc in curriculum design and evaluation in the Educational Sciences Department at METÜ again. Then I moved to Başkent University, where I worked as a teacher trainer, head of the teacher training and development unit, and assistant director. And then continued working at Top University of Economics and Technology and Economics. I had the privilege to set up the professional development unit there with the vision and contributions and all the hard work with my colleagues, of course.
Oh, I see.
Then it was my retirement time, Volkan Hocam. I got retired, but I said I would like to continue working. Of course, it was early for me. And I said, it would be a good opportunity for me to just see what K-12 is like. So I started working at the Turkish Education Association headquarters as the Foreign Languages Department Director.
Wow.
And I worked there for 7 years, directing all the foreign language education, the systems, the departments in different TED schools with my team, of course, at TED headquarters. After that, it was time for the second retirement. I call it second retirement, but my friends don't call it like that. I learned a new word from Sinem Atamsoy Koşar and Rachel Paling. They call it recalibration.
Nice.
So it is a new, journey for me. And now,
Definitely.
since the end of September, I have been working as a freelance educational consultant and trainer. Of course, during this time, I had done lots of things related to my professional development and my work, working on associations and committees like INGET, IATEFL. I served as the coordinator of IATEFL Teacher Training and Education SIG. And I have been involved in TESOL Turkiye. As you know, I am one of the proud founding board members of TESOL Turkiye. And now I jointly coordinate Teacher Education and Development SIG with Bahar Gün. This is my professional life.
Wow.
And in regard to my personal life, of course, I love, reading a lot of books, especially related to my field. And I love exploring new places, new cultures, spending time with my family. I have 3 gentlemen at home, my dear husband, my son, and my dog.
Very nice. Very nice.
All very, of course, valuable for me, and I love spending time with them. I am interested in jazz and blues, and I like learning about the history of music. This is me.
It's a brilliant and very impressive introduction about yourself. Very impressive.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Hocam. Okay, so let's move to another question. This is kind of a, the personal question. It's like what was over your turning point or points in your own education? We all have some points, but what about yours?
Yeah. Well, actually, I have three or four turning points, but I will just mention maybe just talk about two of them. One of them is the university entrance exam, Volkan Hocam. When of course, when I was going to enter the university exam, it was that time, feeling very stressful and, just getting prepared for the exam. And on the day of the exam, I had to go to the exam center with my mother because it was at METÜ.
Oh, I see.
So I took the exam at METÜ. I still remember the room that I was in. It was at the Department of Chemistry Engineering.
Yeah.
And of course, just after, my mother was waiting for me outside the building. And just after the exam, I came out, and well, I was, because of stress, I think, or the teenage mode, I
Uh-huh.
don't know. But I just told my mom that I hope I wouldn't be a student at METÜ. Because the reason is funny, because it is really far away from home, and I have to, go there every day. And my mother laughed. She smiled and said, "Okay." But later, the result, I was accepted
Wow.
at METÜ, and my mom said, "Well, I think it was the right choice, and I was just wishing that you would be a student there when I was waiting for you outside the building." And later I just understood that it was the turning point
Point.
in my educational life, because I really had a wonderful education there with all my lecturers and, all my friends, and the system and all the education. That is one of the turning points, and the other one is actually starting to work at Bilkent
Mhm. Bill
University.
Kent. Yeah.
Yes, as a fresh graduate, of course, during those times, we didn't have many opportunities. I was just looking for some jobs, but there were no mentors around me to help me,
I can
or there
understand.
were there was nobody to show me the way. So I had two options. One of them was to, work at a college, and the other one was to work at Bilkent University, and I chose to be at Bilkent University,
University.
and I really think that it was the right decision, because I really learned a lot there, and there was a lot of investment in professional development,
Uh-huh.
and I had a lot of opportunities to develop as a
As a
teacher.
teacher there. Lucky you, Jam.
Yeah,
That's really great. And by the way, thank you very much for sharing this, this turning point with us. That's really, the great moments, I'm sure that for you they were.
thank
By the
you,
way,
thank you.
Beril Ayman, before moving to another question,
Yes.
I saw a question, and Heidi is asking, what is
Yeah.
your favorite jazz musician or group?
Well, actually, I love, I started learning about the early, jazz period. And there is Frankie, and, of course, I love, Frank Sinatra and Louis Armstrong. I am now at baby steps, I can say, but I have been listening
I,
to jazz, of course, for
I
a long
see.
time, but now I can name and, learn more about them.
Wonderful.
Thank you very much, Heidi, for asking that question.
Wonderful. Okay, thank you. Thank you very much, Pedro. All right, so let's move to the next question. You've been in ELT world for a long time, and I'm sure that you have a lot of experiences about teaching English to the students. And during this time, I'm sure that you have tried different techniques, methodologies, and strategies in your lessons, and you try to to teach them to the teachers, or to use them for your classes. And I'm sure that you have a kind of a philosophy of teaching. So what is it? What is your philosophy of teaching?
Oh, I think That's a nice question, and I keep asking this question to myself, and also in my, professional development activities, I ask this question to to the teachers as well. Well, I mean, in a traditional way, of course, we are language teachers, and our main aim is, in fact, to make the language as meaningful as possible for them, and just see the language as a means of communication, and make it a life skill. So this is the usual, I mean, way of looking at it. But in fact, it is, of course, I mean, it can be extended. And in fact, I just see teaching not just, I mean, as a thing to transmit the knowledge, but also, I mean, it's not related to transmitting the knowledge only, but it is socially, emotionally being connected with your students.
I
So
see.
it is highly related with this. Because I believe that, every student brings in their unique story, potential, or strength to the classroom. And as a teacher, I just feel that my role, my responsibility should be to create this space, this inclusive and, this safe space for the learners to express themselves freely in a confident manner. And also, they need to be heard and seen. So this is one of the key points. And the other thing is, I value innovation. I
We all.
like, the innovation, and I like learning about new things. And it is now unavoidable. I mean, we are living in a rapidly developing world, and the technology is being crazy. So, I just try to, of course, keep up to date with that. But I also believe in the unchanging power of the basic skills that we have as teachers. So we shouldn't be ignoring the, the techniques that we already use, or the activities that we did in our classes in the past times, and, use them again, and use all the materials, activities, and technology in a balanced way. And finally, I would just like to say that I am crazy about professional development, me, and I completely believe in the transformative power of professional development. It is not only gaining the basic, skills, knowledge, but the professional development also has this power of healing, and re-energizing and sustaining teachers. So these values all comprise, my philosophy
I
of
see.
teaching.
Got it. Thank you very much, Ajam. It's really great, the great things that you told us here about your philosophy of teaching. Thank you.
Thank
Beril
you.
Ajam, as an experienced teacher, in your career and your life, I'm sure that just like other teachers, because we're educators and we have a lot of stories in our life. Sometimes we have bad stories, sometimes we have good stories, sometimes, we have failed ones, and of course, we have success stories also. And what I'm going to ask you about is about your success ones. Can you tell us one or maybe two success stories of yours, something inspirational? I'm sure you have a lot of stories in your life, but if you can share one or maybe two if you want, we will be happy about listening.
Well, I very clearly remember one of my students back in my Bashkent years. I was teaching a group of students at the vocational school, and they were the, students at the Department of Tourism and Tourism Management. So it was my first day, and I went to the class in a very motivated way. having all my materials and everything prepared and all set up, this dedicated teacher.
Exactly.
And then I started talking about the course objectives, went over the outline, course outline, and I was just promoting the things that we were going to do in class. But all of a sudden, one of my students just raised his hand and said, "Hocam, I'm sorry. Don't expect too much from me. Well, I'm not going to participate much in the lessons and I'm not going to speak English." So that was a shock, of course, for me. And well, I had a moment to reflect, to think about it.
Right.
Of course, I was not
I see.
insistent at that moment. I mean, I didn't go into discussion with the students. But later, what happened was, of course, I was thinking about how to gain the students, to my class and how to make
Uh-huh.
him, like English. One day, while I was on the bus service going home, I met him, and by chance, there was no other place, and he had to sit next to me. So
I see.
we were together, and we started chatting, and then during that time, I learned about his story, and this behavior was actually due to a bitter experience in the past
I see.
that I mean he lived. He experienced something bad about English and some I mean quarrels, conflicts with his teacher. Later, of course, we worked on it, and I invited him several times to my office hours, and we worked on things, and I tried to, gain his trust,
Uh-huh.
and it worked. And I thought it
Wonderful.
was a success story of mine because it was during the early years of my, professional life.
I see.
I still remember him. Obviously, there are other examples like this,
But
but
you remember
yeah, I,
it. But thank you for sharing, Beril Hocam. I'm sure that that it's really the great feeling that you still remember that that moments with you and you can't remember it.
definitely.
That moments are really important in our lives, and sometimes the we can feel that moments like it's a kind of a turning point for him or her or for us.
Yeah,
We
yeah,
can say that that's really a great
yeah.
moment. Thank you very much. I'm really happy that you shared with us here. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you
Okay.
very much.
Would you like to add anything else, or can I move to another question?
Well, I think we can. I mean, as I said, there are lots of stories like these, of
I
course.
see.
Well, I mean, we have some other questions
Okay.
too, so we can move on.
So, okay, thank you, Hocam. And so, that sometimes as a teachers or educators, the thing on my own, and I say, am I doing the right things in the classroom? Or I'm sure that
Hmm.
other teachers also think that when they go to the classrooms and after the sessions, they think that, the things that I, did in the classroom, was
Hmm.
it right or were they good or something like that when you think about this. But as an experienced one and as a trainer, what do you think that makes a teacher successful in the classroom?
Hmm. Volkan Hocam, I think there are a lot of factors affecting the success in the classroom. And as a teacher, of course, you should have this awareness. I would like to talk about two lists. One, I mean, and these lists will consist of, words that all start with C's. And one group, I mean, the first list is actually related with classroom atmosphere and classroom management, let me say. And the other one is related to the awareness of the teacher and, the way the teacher should learn or develop herself or himself. So I would just like to list this first, group. I mean, the
Uh-huh.
words in that list. So one is connection. The other one is communication. The other one is collaboration,
Collaboration.
care, and compassion.
I see.
So these are all related with, as I said, I mean, setting up this atmosphere in the classroom in order to make the lesson, interesting and successful. Well, as a teacher, you definitely need to have this connection with the students and, establish this positive relationship, definitely, and be collaborative with them. Not only actually with the students, but also with the other stakeholders of the
I
institution,
see.
like
Mm-hmm.
other colleagues or teachers or parents. And of course, care, knowing the differences among the learners. This is quite important. But I would also specifically talk about compassion, which
I
is
see.
now an important word in our profession nowadays. And there is a lot of good work being done about compassion. So it is actually like, being a role model to the students, just showing your kindness and, showing the empathy. But compassion is actually more than empathy, and it shouldn't be confused. It is actually the ability to have the empathy for others, to recognize the problems and try to take an action to help people who have difficulties.
Mm-hmm.
So this is actually relevant to our classrooms, and the teacher should really be, well prepared for this and be a role model for the students.
For the
And the
students.
other
Mm-hmm.
list, the other C's are competence, curiosity, creativity, commitment, confidence, and courage.
Oh.
So the
Mhm.
teacher should just, demonstrate these qualities in order to be successful in the class.
Classroom. Mm-hmm. I
I
see.
mean, this creating this commitment and being creative in the classroom, taking risks, being, having this courage and, believing in what you are doing. I mean, what he or she is doing,
Uh-huh.
sorry, and being confident, of course.
I
These are
see.
all related
Related to
to the
the class.
success.
Success
Yeah,
in the
yeah.
classroom. I see. Thank you. Thank you very much, Hajam, for these ideas for the question. Okay. Beril Hajam, something, sometimes as a teachers,
Mm-hmm,
we don't feel, motivated or, we don't feel happy at work. But
mm-hmm,
when this time comes, we want sometimes or directors or maybe head of departments or
uh-huh,
school leaders if we have,
uh-huh,
they want, sometimes we think and say, oh, they don't do anything to these problems, they do not help us, or
mm-hmm,
maybe if they would do like this we would be much happier or much motivated for the school, for the lessons, or for our students. This is really
mm-hmm.
important, by the way, motivation and being happy at work.
Yeah.
So when you think about this as an experienced one, how can school directors, head of departments, or leaders help teachers feel more motivated and happy at school or at work, let's say?
Mm-hmm. I think this is another good question, Volkan Hocam. Thank you very much
Okay.
for raising this issue. In fact, because I have been involved in, I mean, positions as a leader, and I worked with different leaders, of course, and, did a lot of observations on this. Well, it is actually very obvious. I mean, like we do in our classrooms. I mean, I talked about connection. So
Uh-huh.
again, I would just like to highlight the importance of genuine, real connection with the people in your team. So as a leader, you should be leading by vision. and have this connection, with your team members.
I see.
And this requires, of course, some time, effort, patience, but you really need to have this mutual respect and, trust. Between you and the team members. And of course, this highly depends on the environment that you create for the people. So again, as I said, just like the classroom, we have to create a safe and supportive environment in which people can express themselves, in the most effective way, and they can openly share their ideas and come with solutions. But of course, this also depends on how you approach as a leader. How your, look, presence stands. So that is quite important, in this relationship. So you have to be a role model. And obviously you have to recognize what is happening and what the needs are, address to these needs, and create this environment for all the people involved in the institution. But I would also like to highlight the importance of being consistent. So consistency is the key word here. Unless you do these things, one time and then don't do it at the other time, it won't work. So it has to be, consistent, and you have to, set up this environment, this ethos in the institution, so that, everybody can feel safe and motivated and happy to work in that environment. That
I see. Thank you.
context.
I got it. Thank you. Thank you very much, Ajam. Thank you. All right. So let's move to I'm gonna ask another questions about the trainings for teachers. In our career, most of the teachers, that they have taken a lot of courses, and we all looking for different, the PDs and PD like workshops, and I don't know, some seminars or webinars or something like that. We look for it and we take them. So, but when you think about it, but sometimes, especially, when you think about the past and now, what kind of training do teachers, they need today that they didn't need 10 years ago? It's a little bit hard question, but I don't know.
Yes, there was always a need for, different topics, of course, but obviously, the answer is there. We are now, as I previously said, we are now in an era full of, technology, and we are really overwhelmed by this rapid development. So, of course, digital literacy, AI literacy, EdTech integration are some of the key, topics or areas that teachers need to focus on in the professional development, or there should be opportunities for these. But
Beril Hocam, I think we have a... Now, can you talk again?
Can you hear me? What?
No, I think it's difficult to hear it. I think it's about your earphone, something like it. Can you check it again? Maybe the battery is fine.
Yes, the battery is fine. Can you hear me now?
But it comes really, it comes from very far away. Your voice is coming really away.
Okay, now?
Yes, perfect.
Okay. But now I can't hear you well.
You can't hear me now.
That's okay. I think, okay.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, that's all right.
Tamam,
What about
okay.
you?
We can hear you clearly now.
All right. Okay. So I was talking about the integration of technology and AI literacy. But together with that, we have been talking a lot about social emotional learning and differentiation, sustainability in education
Yeah, very
nowadays.
important.
Yeah, these are very important points, I think, and they should be focused on in professional development. And also, I am really interested in, being agile, developing agile skills
Uh-huh.
as teachers and developing resilience both in the students and also as teachers ourselves. And also, maybe focusing on, something that is related to change. I mean, how do we, embrace change and how we perceive it and how we integrate it into our own profession. So I think these should be the points or areas that need to be focused on today
I
a
see.
little bit more.
I see. Thank you. Thank you very much, Beril Hocam. All right. So, Beril Hocam, you mentioned at the beginning of our session you are working as a the freelance ELT consultant and trainer. We all know that, but the teachers or the institutions, if they want to reach you about this, the PD support from you especially, how should they do it, and which way they should follow, and how can they contact you about it?
Well, in fact, as I said, I have been working as a freelance ELT trainer and consultant since the end of September. And since that time, I have been conducting, different training programs for teachers, both at the conferences or, they are separate training programs. I have my website. I have my LinkedIn account and Instagram. So, colleagues can follow me through those, accounts. I am very active on LinkedIn and Instagram, and I try to, provide some content as well. Emailing me and getting in touch with me through my social media accounts would be fine. We can just discuss, and I'm more than happy to, collaborate with people and talk about some opportunities for, professional development, training, all sorts of collaboration is fine with me.
I see. Thank you. Thank you very much, Beril Hocam. And there is a question from Hocam ve ben, Beril Hocam. He's asking something I have always wondered. How have you been able to deal with all those continuous reading, writing, teaching, assessing, being creative as a teacher? Anything that you have relied on or depended on?
Well, I think it is not something, that happens all of a sudden. Of course, it is the accumulation of years of experience and, working with different people, different institutions. And as I previously said, I'm crazy about professional development, so I'm a lifelong learner, and I keep learning and learning. I always, found a chance or a challenge for myself in my professional life. I was never satisfied with what I was doing. I always tried something new and, just got out of my comfort zone and tried to learn new things. But there is no end to that. And I would just like to say that, I still feel that I have a lot to learn. Especially nowadays, with this AI world, when I just come across with a, platform or a tool or something related to, the technology, I just think that I'm going back to my novice years and start doing things again. So it is a never-ending story. Well,
Exactly.
it's just reading, being involved in activities, and developing yourself as a teacher all the time, never stopping.
I see. Thank you
I
very
hope
much,
I
hocam.
answered the
Yeah.
question, but that is
That's wonderful. That's a great answer for the question, hocam. Thank you very much. Thank you.
thank
Okay, so Beril hocam, my next question is very, a little bit critical question, and I wonder what you're gonna say about it. You know, we all say a lot of things about the education system in Turkey. Actually, all the educators in their countries, they always, they complain about a lot of things about their education system. And in Turkey, we always complain about the system. There's a problem, there's a problem, and that's problem, and that problem. And as an experienced one, Beril hocam, if you had a chance to change one thing about the education system, or let's say the language system, which one you want to say about it in Turkey, what would you change?
you. Well, that's a critical question, Volkan. Well, obviously, I mean, yeah, the systems change, and a lot of things happen, but that's an ongoing process, obviously. But I am just thinking about it, and I mean, this just comes from my observations and my feelings as well, and the things that I see around. I think if I were to change, something in education today, I would put well-being and
Ah,
professional development of teachers at the heart of the system.
wonderful.
Of course, things are being done about this, and especially since the pandemic. I mean, a lot of things are being, tried out, and
Yes,
I mean, institutions are focusing on well-being of teachers, students, parents, and there is a focus on professional development, perhaps, but I think it is not sufficient. It should be more visible, and it should be more highlighted, more focused on, because I think teachers really deserve this. And I see how hard they work, how hard we work.
yeah,
And we just teach by heart, and we try to, teach our students not only the language, but also the other skills, the other life skills, to be, good citizens in the future. So this
exactly.
requires a lot of effort, time, and you put your mental health, and you just think about it, and you create new things. So I think this is just very, very important to focus on.
The focusing.
Yeah.
I got it. Thank you.
So
Thank you very
I
much,
think that
hocam.
would be a good idea to highlight this a little bit more, or emphasize, this
Mm-hmm.
point at the
That point.
system.
I see. Thank you. Thank you very much, Beril hocam. Hocam, you know that we have been living, if I think for a long time, let's say AI world, and that's really affect us a lot, and we can feel AI in every part of the things, every part of the things that we do in our life right now. And when we think about this education, what is your opinion about using generative AI in education?
Mhm. Well, I mean, it is now unavoidable, and it is there, and it has a lot of benefits, advantages,
Uh-huh.
that's for sure. So, as educators, as teachers, we really need to embrace these new developments. In other words, we have to become friends, with this AI business, with this technology development. Why? Because, as I said, it is already settled in and it is already there. But of course, there are a lot of factors to think about it. I am not an expert on AI, and I cannot say much, and it is not, I mean, my role to say that. Uh,
I see.
but I think I mean, there should be a certain criteria to use AI, and the ethical side of it should be clearly mapped out, and the integration of AI into education should really be carefully set.
Definitely.
Obviously, there is a lot of work being done about it now, and I, as a trainer and as a teacher, I try to update myself about these developments as much as possible. There is a lot of information going on around us, but it is quite important to reach the correct
Makes
information,
sense.
the accurate information, and to be able to use it, in our classrooms. I think that we should be friends with this technology. Definitely, we should embrace it. But at the same time, as I previously said, we shouldn't forget about the basic skills or the other types of the materials that we use in our classes, and have this balance in the class. I
Mm-hmm.
definitely believe in that.
I see. Thank you. Thank you very much, Beril Hocam, for your ideas about AI. Thank you. Okay, so Beril Hocam, I know that you are very busy and you are doing a lot of things in this era. I mean, like ELT world. So, what are you doing, right now for your job? Are you doing anything special, and do you have any projects that you haven't told us yet? Something surprise for us?
Well, well, I mean, I have been doing a lot of training sessions with different groups of teachers in different institutions, and I really love this journey. I love working with different people um, on different topics. This is what I am actually doing. But I also have been involved in two different projects with my colleagues. One of them is a Turkiye project, and it is a collaborative project with RELO, Regional English Language Office, US Embassy. It is called Bridging Expertise, and I have colleagues from that group here today joining us, Sarah and Heidi, and it is really a great pleasure to see them here. So it is just for the professional development of language teachers, and I think it's a wonderful project. So we come together, I mean, as TESOL Turkey trainers and the fellows, and work together to provide, professional development opportunities for teachers at different institutions.
Uh-huh.
And now we're running the online sessions. So this is one of the projects, and the other one is the Mosaic project I was involved in. It has been on for 7 months now, and it
Wow.
is an international project, and I'm doing it again with a group of colleagues, and I really enjoy it. So it is about raising awareness on intercultural communication and differentiation in class, and
I
it's
see.
an international project, but we're about to finish
Finish it.
it.
Mm-hmm.
It will be over. Well, there might be surprises anytime. Just
Yes.
keep following
Keep
me.
following you. I see. Okay. We keep following you, John. We keep following you. Okay. Thank you very much for sharing them with us, Beril Hocam. Hocam, you know that we all have role models in our life, and some we see them and we get inspired. What about you? Who are your role models and who inspires you in your life, in your educational life or personal life? Do you have any role models?
Yeah. Well, in my personal life, obviously, I mean, my mom is my role model,
I see.
like many people, I think, because she is an angel, and I mean, she has a very kind heart. But I am also impressed by her presence and wisdom, and she taught me how to be a good mom. So I owe her a lot, and obviously she is my greatest inspiration and role model. But as for my professional life, educational life, I have I have a family, and in my family, I have a lot of teachers.
I
Uh,
see.
like my grandfather, my aunts, and my uncles. I mean, there are a lot of teachers in our
Uh-huh.
family. Uh, but there is one very special person who is my great grandmother,
Ah.
Fitnat Hanım. And people who attend some of my sessions already know her because I just talk about her. She was a teacher at the early times of Turkish Republic,
Wow.
and she worked together with Mustafa Kemal Atatürk.
Wow.
And I was a little girl, and she was with us during that time. Of course, I was little then, but I was just raised with her, values, and I have always listened to her stories, and she's a wonderful example for me. And I always keep her, again, presence and wisdom in mind. So
It's really
she's one of my other role models. Uh, Actually, Volkan Hocam, on my website, I have a blog section, and I have two letters there.
yes.
One is written to my great grandmother, Fitnat Hanım, and the other one is written to my grandfather. So colleagues can just have a look at that blog. It is in Turkish, but I just, felt that I should create something like this to express my gratitude to them.
Wonderful. It's wonderful, hocam. I'm sure
And
that
also, sorry, I also want to talk about another person
of course,
in my
hocam.
life
Of
who
course.
was my dearest mentor, Dr. Meral Güçeri. And we used to work together, but unfortunately, she passed away in 2019.
I
She
see.
left.
Rest in
But
peace.
when I first started working at Bilkent University, she was my head, and I learned a lot from her, and I owe her a lot. So she is one of the other sources of inspiration for me and a great role model. I didn't learn only, I mean, something related to professional life, but also, I mean, things that are related to life as well from her.
I see. Thank you. Thank you very much, hocam. And sad for her and rest in peace for her. And that's all. Thank you very much for sharing them with us. And what about that two letters? And I will go and read them, promise.
Yeah.
And I wonder what's written there. And I'm sure that our guests also, after the watching the video, they will go and read that two letters. Thank you very much for sharing, hocam. Beril hocam, you know that there are some sometimes in our life that we cannot handle it. We face difficult situations and we cannot handle it, or we cannot find a way to solve the problems, and we say sometimes on our own, and oh, I wish I could have a kind of a superpower so I could fix it. I could, solve the problem. But when you think this superpowers in our classrooms, okay? If you could have one superpower to use it in the classroom, what would it be and how would it help you?
Uh,
Yes.
That's a nice question. Volkan Hocam, you're really good at creating nice questions.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Hocam. I'm happy that you like the questions.
Well, I think, I mean, I am now very much interested in my learners and, just observing them. So perhaps the thing I wish I had would be to see every learner's inner world, in the
Uh-huh.
class. I mean, what are they thinking about and how are they perceiving things and what stories they have in their minds. Of course, you just observe and you just, identify those as a teacher, but wouldn't it be nice? I mean, just,
Of course,
just
definitely it
with
would be
this,
nice.
yeah, with this magic stick, and you just go into their minds and just see what they are thinking about. And of course, you can just address to what they need and what kind of help, support, scaffolding they need. So you can just help them.
Exactly. Right.
Yeah,
Thank you.
and
Thank
with music power like that.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Hocam. It's a nice superpower to go in their inner world and to see what's going on there. Okay, Beril Hocam, think that we finished our interview and you step outside your home and find a lottery ticket that ends up winning $100 million, which is a huge amount of money. What would you do? But please be honest, Hocam. Say
Okay.
everything honestly. How would you spend it?
Is it really waiting for me, Volkan Hocam? I will
Yeah.
just open the door and check. Well, of course, it is imaginary. Well, I will be honest. Of course, I would just, go around the world and explore new places and visit the countries. And I think I would just like to do the things in my bucket list. And, as I said before, like learning how to dance, for example,
Very nice.
and, uh, something related to jazz or, blues or something like that. Of course, with my family, taking my son and, my family with me and exploring these new places. Well, and professionally, I have a dream, and perhaps I would have this courage now because investment. I just want to, open up my own teacher academy and work with, teachers to be prospective teachers or novice teachers or, I mean, experienced teachers, but especially, with that group, because recently I have had the chance to meet a lot of young people, all those, young people who are really inspired and who want to be very dedicated teachers. So I just want to, bring them all together in that academy and do a lot of nice, wonderful things. So it could serve for that purpose as well.
Perfect.
And
Perfect.
I'm sure, I mean, my son would have lovely ideas because he's a very creative mind. I am also inspired by his presence and, by his wisdom. So maybe we can do something together with him as well.
Definitely, you should, Hocam. You should do it because you have a lot of money there.
Is
Yeah.
really a
Yeah.
dream. And obviously, I mean, of course, there are some other dreams related to education, with my family, just opening up maybe a school and, providing some scholarships, some opportunities for, learners, for people who need help in education. But I mean, no end to the dreams.
Definitely.
Well,
Okay. But for the academy, please count me in hocam.
Okay, definitely.
Okay, thank you very much, Beril hocam. Okay, and now, I have almost asked all my questions, and now I'm gonna ask you my last question. The last question of the session, and which is a difficult one. Are you ready for it, hocam?
Yes,
Okay,
I am.
wonderful. What is your motto?
Oh, what is my motto? Yeah, okay. Well, actually I just defined this motto years ago, and I think it is very relevant to my life nowadays. So it is, life is full of unexpected gifts.
Oh, nice.
Wisdom lies in knowing when to open these gifts.
Mm, I see. Thank you. Thank you very much. Can you just repeat one more time?
Okay, life is full of unexpected gifts. Wisdom lies in knowing when to open them.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you very much, hocam, for the motto. For the motto. All right then. Okay, I am asked all my questions, Beril hocam. So before ending this wonderful session, would you like to add anything else, or would you like to say anything to our guests, or any suggestions, or anything you want to say?
Well, I would like to thank you once again. It was a very lively and, motivating conversation. Thank you very much for making me part of it, Volkan Hocam. And keep up the good work, please. I mean, organize more and more sessions because
I'm
the field
trying.
needs this, I think. And I would also like to remind everybody that this is a special day. Happy May 19. And
Oh
I
yes.
would like to celebrate the, commemoration of Atatürk Youth and Sports Day. And I really have this faith in the youth. As I mentioned, I have met a lot of nice people nowadays,
Uh-huh.
recently, all these aspiring teachers and all these wonderful people to serve for education in the future.
Yes.
So I believe in their power and in their, potential. I hope everything will be much, much better with them in education. So yeah, I mean, these were the things in my mind, and I just wanted to share them with you.
All
Uh,
right.
it was a wonderful session, wonderful conversation. Thank you very
Thank you
much,
very
Volkan Hocam.
much. Thank you very much, Beril hocam. As you said that's yes, happy commemoration of Atatürk Youth and Sports Day, 19th of May. So we are really happy, and we are really happy to celebrate this day in all around the country. Thank you very much. And we'll never forget it, and we'll do it every year with a lot of passion.
Yeah.
Okay, so thank you very much, Beril hocam. I would like to say one more time, thank you very much for your time, for your suggestions, for your ideas, and for your, the advice to us about our questions, about the things that we talk about here. Okay, so as you know that, and Beril Ayman Yücel was with us here with the Teacher Talks 201st session, and we talked a lot of things. We had a fruitful session with her, and as you know that we are going to be here next week with another educator from different part of the world. As you know that every Monday at 9 p.m. And until the next time, wherever you are, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. And please take care of yourself. And please take care of yourself, Beril hocam. And until next time, bye bye, everybody, and peace.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye bye.